Hello, folks. Today we're going to go over the stats for the Pikes Peak Association of Realtors MLS and the uh, June stats from Empire Title. Big shout out to Bill McAfee and our friends at Empire Title for putting this, compiling all these stats together. Bill actually went over these stats on Friday, and I'm just going to go over a lot of what he went over and just share it with you folks. So away we go. First of all, we have a lot more active listings on the market. If you look over here, it's over 4,000 active listings at the time of this. And that's as many listings as we've had. We haven't had that many listings since November 2014. So honestly, though, we have a lot more people in El Paso County than we did back then. But yeah. But you can see where we're going with this. Same thing after active listings in the previous 12 months. We are on the rise. And same thing all the way back to 2014. Number of sales per month. Seeing a trend here. Very similar to 2014. We had a lot more sales in the unicorn years when interest rates were right about 3%, give or take. That's when people were paying for rate, but we're not seeing that now. Number of sales, the previous 12-month average. Coming up a little bit from last year. So we are seeing a few more sales. Inventory and number of months. Just a little bit over 4 months worth of inventory, meaning that if we didn't take on any new listings, it would take us a little over 4 months to sell everything we presently have on the market. Bill was saying that if we're closer to 5, that's more of an even market. I feel that the market is pretty balanced and maybe even more of a buyer's market now than it has been in a long, long time. Months worth of inventory. Here's the sweet spot in here between 300 and roughly 750,000. And 77% of all sales are in that sweet spot. That's where the action is. Interest rates, 6.67. And so we could sure stand some relief there. If we could get down closer to 6, 5.5, I think that would really help things out. And you can see how much buying power that we lost, 33% of the buying power. So at that same payment, you used to be able to get a $500,000 home, and with that just over $1,700 payment, now you're looking at $332,000. So we've lost a lot of buying power with these high rates. And this simulates that also, $400,000 house, 3.1% interest, be $1,700 a month and change. And now we're looking at $2,573. So see that assumption. I'm going to skip over the assumption. Days on market, 40. Now what we're seeing is that even though the days on market isn't bad, buyers are being more selective now than they ever have been, that I can recall in recent history anyway. They are looking at condition, not just price. So what are buyers comparing? Location, condition, and price. So again, what we can do as on the sell side, we can't change the location. If the house is in perfect condition, the only thing we can do is adjust the price. And it's not always price. We're seeing a lot of buyers turning away from homes because of their condition. Median sales price as high as it's ever been, 500,000. So property values aren't going down. And you can see the same thing here with previous 12 months sales price. We're right up here towards the top. So property values aren't going down. Average sales price. Let me move my noggin. 570,000 and change. Again, right up here. Sales price sales price previous 12 months average. So here again, property values are remaining high. And let's see here. You can see where average male. Skip through here. Oh, I wanted to get to this. Okay. You can see in the first quarter of 2025 compared to the first quarter of 2024, we're seeing quite an interest or an increase in property values, the average sales price and the median sales price. But then in the second quarter, look how flat it is. We were seeing very little, just a flat average sales price and the median sales price from 2024 to 2025. All right, so that's what I got on that. All right, this is something interesting. New listings in the past week, 405. Price decreases, 735 price decreases in the past week. And I guarantee you, not one of those sellers wanted to adjust their price, not one of them. Total sales, 330. So you see more homes coming on the market that are taken off the market, and the ones that are on the market are having to adjust their price to where a buyer perceives value. Continued session. And I wanted to show you this here too. This is a real list from the Pikes Peak Association of Realtors, the market temperature. This is pretty accurate, I feel. It's not an even market. I feel it's leaning more towards a buyer's market. So anyway, folks, if you have any questions about the market, property values, you want to get into the ring and buy yourself a home, now's probably a pretty good time. Andy Shawcroft, Shawcroft Realty Metro Brokers, 719-761-1121. Thank you very much.